Tell us what it was like when you were a kid out on the farm. You guys didn't have electricity, did you?
No, not when I was a kid.
Yeah, when you were her age, what was it like?
Well, it was like storybooks or like history books. The men walked with lanterns from the house out to the barn in the evening after dark, or in the morning before daylight, if it was.
So you didn't have a running toilet in the house, did you?
No, we had what we called outhouses.
So what'd you do when it was like 30 degrees below zero or 20 degrees below zero in the middle of the winter? And it was like in the middle of the night and you had to go to the bathroom.
Then they had, well, what we called, I forget what the polite name for them was, but what we called toilet pails.
So you take a poop in a toilet pail?
Yeah. And then our poor mother, her job was to clean those out every day.
Oh, I thought you had to do that too.
No. She was very nice. She spared us kids from that.
So she had to take all the poop pails out in the morning and stick them in the outhouse?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Rawr.
And then she washed the...
So you had to sleep at night knowing there was a dump in a bucket in your room all night?
Yeah.
You ever say, hey, Adelaide, boy, that's a stinky one?
Well, we would put the toilet pails in the bathroom.
Oh, I see.
See, we had a bathroom, but it didn't work yet because we didn't have. That was before there was such a thing as running water out in the country.
Ah. So you had your own little lantern and everything, huh?
What?
You had your own little lantern, huh?
Yeah.
We still have that, I think.
Maybe, I don't remember.
Yeah, we got it down in the basement.
Do we still have it there someplace?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So what else? What kind of stuff? What kind of chores did you have to do when you were a kid?
Chores?
Yeah.
Well, I had to go out to the chicken house and pick fresh eggs out from under the hens. And they'd get so mad they'd peck me.
Mm.
And we had to climb up in the apple tree and pick the apples so Mother could can them, and save them for winter.
You throw apples at each other?
What?
Did you kids throw apples at each other?
Did we do what?
Throw apples at each other.
No, we didn't do that.
Oh, well, my cousin Brett and I used to.
Apples were a valuable food. We didn't throw them.
Oh, the rotten ones.
And, we threw them away. We didn't ever. Well, we weren't that mean to each other.
Oh, I see.
And we had to go out by the grapevines and pick all the grapes. And then bring them in, and we would have to wash them so they'd be clean enough to eat.
So you and Aunt Adelaide used to dress all the cats up in little doll dresses, huh?
Yeah. And then we'd put them in our doll buggies and take them for rides.
Tell them about your dog that used to herd the cattle. Listen to this.
He would go out and we'd say, "Okay, laddie, get the cows." And he seemed to understand that. And he'd run out in the field, and the cows would be out maybe in this meadow one day or this meadow another day. And so he'd go out and he would run around and get them to line up in a perfect line. And then he would and tell them to start, and they'd go trotting down the lane that led to the barn. And he insisted that they had to stay in line. So he would run up and down alongside the line, and if one cow started to get out of line, he'd nip its ankles and get it back in line. And then they'd finally get to the barn, and then they'd go into the stable, and at milking time.
So they still spoke Swedish in church when you were a kid, huh?
Yeah, they would have, well, first it was all Swedish in the in-town church, and all German in the church just outside of town. Because Albert City was settled by 2/3 were Swedes and 1/3 was Germans that settled that community. So the Swedish population was bigger. And the German church was just a couple of miles outside of town. And so everybody went to the Swedish church and had the service in Swedish, and the Germans went to their church and had the service in German.
But yours was the Swedish Covenant Church, huh?
Yeah, which is the same as a Lutheran church without the liturgy. Because I was confirmed in Luther's catechism.
Mm-hmm.
So we believe when I became a Lutheran, I didn't have to change one thing that I believed.
So they didn't let you dance or go see movies or wear lipstick?
They were fantastically strict. Yeah. They're not that strict anymore.
So when you were Derek's age, you were in a soda shop dancing, and Grandma pulled up to pick you up. What did she do?
Well, she scolded me terribly. That happened. After I got out in the car.
She got mad, huh? Why?